we talking about today?
So we are big Expanse fans. I've read all the books. Tracy is starting to read the books, I think.
I think I'm into like chapter 3
of Leviathan Wakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we talk about the Expanse all the time. You've probably heard. People are super hyped because Shohreh Aghdashloo is in talks with Rafe Judkins about possibly being cast in The Wheel of Time, and she plays Madam Secretary Christian Avasarala, the Queen of Earth.
I love her so much.
Even other famous people have been commenting on it. So George Takei the other day wrote on Twitter backing this decision, which I think was really cool. So,
I didn't know that. I love that.
So today we are fan casting some of the Expanse actors into the Wheel of Time for fun.
For fun.
For fun.
I'm excited about this. I really had a good time, and like even had the Expanse kind of like playing in the background as I was thinking about like who would I put where and blah blah blah. So
You ready?
This is my little notebook. It's all ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who's our first person? Joe Miller. Disgraced Detective Josephus Miller, who was played by Thomas Jane. Mm-hmm. Who did you want to fan cast him as?
Gareth Bryan.
Okay.
He's the guy who likes the rules, will stand up for the rules, but will break the rules, and is totally willing to go to ridiculously extreme lengths for a woman he doesn't really know.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing it now.
He's a little older, a little wiser, a little scruffier, polished if he chooses to be, rough around the edges, commanding.
So, the head of Caemlyn's military.
Yeah, but he's known as one of the 5 great captains of the Westland.
I could see Thomas Jane pulling that off, definitely.
Right? Like, for some odd reason, I'm thinking of not necessarily when he's in Morgase's service, but almost like more the later on portion of him.
Well, when he's in Morgase's service, he's not really that big in the series. It's not until later when he connects with Swan Sanche.
Yeah.
Well, he arrests her.
Right.
I'm taking you in.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I love you.
Yeah. Like, that's kind of how I feel about it, is like...
Yeah, that does mimic his arc in The Expanse. Like, he goes after a missing girl.
Yep.
Falls in love with her.
A girl much younger than himself.
Yeah, if you have not watched The Expanse, we might spoil you.
Yeah,
so,
or
sorry.
It won't make any sense at all. Those are the options.
Yeah, and if you're Expanse fans and you haven't watched The Wheel of Time or read the books, go stream it on Amazon.
Yeah, yeah. Or take the plunge and jump into the 14-book series. Whichever you please. Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, we don't require much of people.
No. Okay, I have 7 Balwer.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was going with this detective thing because he's kind of seeking retribution, and he switches teams, I guess. It's kind of similar with Joe Miller's storyline where he's working for an Earth corporation. He's like half beholden to Earth, half beholden to the belt.
Yeah.
And later on, like, he shaves the other side of his head and he's like fully back into the belt.
Yeah.
Now, and I don't know, there's something about like him like following the clues.
That's what I was just
thinking.
Yeah, like that scene where he's in Julie's apartment and he's like going through like the various simulations and is like, take away this, add this, do this thing. Like, you can see his mind
wheels are turning.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. That's a good fit. He's almost too attractive for it.
Well, we are talking about the Wheel of Time TV show, and everyone is beautiful. So.
So he'd fit right in. It would be totally, like, I would still continue to watch that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we go to our next one?
Yeah. We have James Holden next.
We do. We have Stephen Strait. This one for me was like really easy. I knew immediately.
Who?
Talonvor.
Me too!
I have a feeling this is going to happen more than once.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. Okay. Why? Tell me everything.
Well, okay, so there are some good reasons why I chose him for Talonvor, but there are also reasons that just fall along the lines of I don't really like James Holden very much. I'm kind of annoyed by his insistence of like, we do things the right way. And he's like all gruff about it and kind of forceful and whatnot. And Talonvor's the same way. He's just kind of pushy and he knows what's best. And I would say they seem similar age-ish. I'm not really sure how old Talonvor is, but I mean, it seems...
It's consistent how like I see him. Yeah.
Exactly. Like a little on the dark side, still handsome, but part of it is just because he annoys me.
James Holden he's like the paladin. He's like the white knight coming in like, I will do anything to save my queen.
Yep.
And that's so Talonvor. And he's kind of pushy too. Like in The Expanse, his character obviously grows quite a bit.
Yeah.
But when you start out, he's very at that same level of Talonvor.
Very much.
And even one of the book writers has said he is like the knight. He has his idea of black and white, what is right, what is wrong, and he feels like everything that he does has like honor behind it. So he always thinks he has like the best intentions. Even when he doesn't have that. Yeah, even when he screws up and makes a bit,
And also, like you said, the loyalty part that he follows almost to the detriment of people around him. I'm kind of thinking, of course, later in the series when things go down and he's like, screw you guys, I'm going to go take care of this myself. I might be back. You know, that feels so James Holden where he's like, you know what? This thing feels wrong. I'm going to go check it out. You guys can come with me or you don't have to.
Should we move forward?
Sure.
Shohreh Aghdashloo.
This one's so easy.
So easy. Yeah.
I mean...
I've got a backup one, though, too, because I have a feeling we're both going to say the same thing.
Well, yeah, we've been talking
1, 2, 3. Should we do it on 1, 2, 3?
Sure, yeah, go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Cat's I got so excited, I even said it ahead of you. I'm so sorry.
We've been saying this for over a year and a half on our podcast.
Easy. Yeah. Like, I think it was one of the first things that I may have commented on going and watching the show, or like maybe you had mentioned it to me that she'd be really good for that role, and I was just like, oh my god, yes.
I love how in The Expanse she's in the book series she's a lot more foul-mouthed than she is on TV for reasons.
In this building it's easy to forget.
With all due respect, madam, where are you going with this?
Wherever I goddamn like.
It's my kind of gal.
Yeah, but I mean, just like in the book, she's like always like eating pistachios and yelling at people and just commanding the room, no matter where she's at or who she's with. And that's just Cadsuane. She was born for this role.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
You know what? I agree with you. I'm thinking of just little things that Cadsuane thinks. Like, if you do simple things and throw people off guard, they'll just think it's because you're like wise and magical. And like, really, she's done something simple like set up a mirror that she can see people walk in that other people won't notice. I don't know if that made sense or not. Cadsuane is clever. She is
very
super clever. She very much will do what she wants to do. People have thought she's dead multiple times.
usually if you're an Aes Sedai, like, you have a role inside this institution. But Cadsuane does not play by anyone's rules. She is just on her own. Is she dead? Is she alive? She has a couple of badass warders, and she's of the green Aja, the battle Aja. Very Avasarala.
Yeah.
She knows what's going on in the entire room, even if someone, like, didn't see her there.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. Okay, who's your backup?
Jane Farstrider.
Oh my god! Because they've mentioned about making Jane Farstrider a woman.
Yeah. Does that work?
I love it. Oh, I love it. I actually really like that.
In The Expanse, she's not one note at all. She plays this, like, very full range of...
I love it when she's with her grandson.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say. You see her spending time with her grandchildren off and on throughout the season, and there are these very, like, tender moments. So, like, I can see her, like, playing snakes and foxes with Oliver. And
Absolutely.
kind of being mischievous and, like, showing, like, teaching him how to play the game, teaching him how to cheat.
I'm thinking, like, the encounters with the Finn, like, oh, that would be so cool. That is a very good alternative. I like it a lot. Yeah. I bet she would actually like that a lot too.
Okay. Next up, we have Dominique Tipper, who plays Naomi Nagata. Who did you have for this?
I chose Aludra.
So did I. Naomi she gets by on her intelligence.
Yep.
She's very empathetic, but she's smart as a whip. And I feel like, you know, she sciences hard.
Yes.
And I can just see Aludra, like, taking things apart and, like, oh, this is how you make bombs, basically.
Yes. Yeah. I'm pretty sure her notes and stuff are written in, like, her own code. So, like, nobody can get to her secrets. That feels very Naomi to me. She's a survivor. Like, the first time we meet her, she's, like, basically on the run from the Illuminators. She's been kicked out, and she's, like, being as resourceful as she can possibly be. And then at the end of it, you're like, Aludra, you have single-handedly changed the Westlands forever.
Yeah.
It's...
I've got another reason why I would love to see her as Aludra. Because the Matt chemistry. Like, I can just see her getting along with Matt so well.
And, like, teasing him and being like, I would kiss you, but I'm not going to.
Okay, so up next we have Jared Harris, who plays Anderson Dawes. And he is a beast of an actor.
Yes, he is.
He is amazing.
Yep.
Who did you have for him?
I chose High Lord Weramon.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Thank you. I really thought about him. I wrote down manipulative, shady. And when I was reading about Weramon, they said he had an exaggerated opinion of his own abilities. And I was like, well, that clinches it for me.
I had him for someone very different.
Yeah, like, who?
Total different end of the spectrum. I have him for Bail Doman.
Oh, that would be so good. Oh, that would be so good.
I mean, I've seen him in Chernobyl. I've watched him on The Terror.
Very versatile.
Yes. Yes. Ooh, I can just see him, like, reaming out Gelb. Like,
You have therefore committed several acts against the Articles. Desertion, dereliction of duty, insubordination, brutality.
You're insubordinate. You're off the ship. You're the worst.
Yeah.
5 lashings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But still, like,
and he
fair.
keeps showing up. So, like, he wouldn't be, like, one episode and then
And then gone. Yeah.
You have to respect that talent.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And plus, like, balanced up against Rand as the Dragon Reborn. Like,
ooh, yeah.
I
That's
think
a
that would
really
be-
good, like, visual.
yeah. Like, Rand is still this young boy, like, finding his
Yeah.
way. And we've seen what the younger members of the cast of Wheel of Time can do when they have more seasoned actors who kind of like help lead the scene.
Yes.
And I think the two of them would play off of each other
Really
incredibly
well.
well. And let's be honest, he would look fantastic in the weird Tyrion garb with like the puff sleeves and like the velvet
Yeah.
and everything. Like he would just look so sharp. Yeah.
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 He's also pretty experienced, I would say, in like sci-fi.
Ooh,
So, like,
yes. Yeah, for
He's
sure.
on Foundation. He's on The Expanse. He's
Isn't he
done-
on Carnival Row too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, Amazon.
Get
your
this
thing.
guy while you can. Damn.
Cast him for anyone. I don't care.
Right.
He's great.
Look, we even cast
That's what
them
we're doing
for
right
you.
now.
Who should we send this to Andre? Andre, casting suggestions. Why
Okay, who do we have next? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
David Strathairn. ASHFORD he's so good.
He
He's
is.
so good. My choice was The Wolf Has a Plan.
Good choice. Ituralda.
Rodel Ituralda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can see that. He's
Okay.
73.
Is he really?
Yeah, I know, right?
What?
I know, right? Okay, so who are the older but still really cool characters in Wheel of Time? Pedro Niall. I also thought about him for Seven Bulwer, and I landed on Jane Farstrider.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, older, wiry, sings, kind of playful. Like I know that it's been said that Jane Farstrider is a female, but like if we're just fan casting,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't. That's kind of what I thought too. He kind of fits my headcanon of what Jane Farstrider looks like to me, and so I think that was the other reason why it just kind of led me
It clicked.
in that direction. Yeah, yeah.
I think for me, Rodel Ituralda, I can just see this man
Absolutely. Oh my God.
fighting tooth and nail in Meridon and just raining hell.
Yep.
But
And like commanding and bringing together. Like that's such a big thing of what Ituralda is able to do is like
and you
to
said
get...
Pedro Niall, so like another great captain.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
military, strategic, very smart, very crafty.
Exactly.
So who do we have next?
Bobbie Draper, I believe, is our next one.
Yes. We have Frankie Adams. Who did you have for her?
I picked Brigida.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. I totally see it. Yeah.
Like
Give her
I don't
blonde hair.
yeah, if they do or not, I don't even care about that. It's more her
Physicality.
and ability to feel in command of any situation. When I think Brigida, I think big sister, warrior, funny. Like I can see Bobbie hanging out with Matt, you know?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like
yes.
I can also, I bet Frankie Adams would love to hang out in that outfit that Brigida wears for like the Festival of the
For-
Birds or whatever, and then still be able to pull knives out from random places.
This was really hard for me because thinking about the physicality of Frankie Adams, I wanted her in a role where she's fighting.
Yeah.
Like Frankie Adams, the actress, is a boxer. She is tough. I had weird picks for her.
Oh,
I think
good,
This was
good.
hard for me. The first one was Eginen. And then my other choice for her, this is so weird,
I want to know.
Julian. Make Julian a woman, put her with Tom. I would love every second of it. And Julian with like from Tyr with his sword breaker. he's got this like buddy cop energy with Tom.
Yeah. I can definitely see her like leaping across rooftops in tear.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the sword breaker is such a badass weapon that
Yeah.
I just wanted to give it to her.
Yeah.
So Julian can be a woman now.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, there could be female thief catchers, right?
For sure.
And Tyr, like the tattoos and stuff, you know, like it would just be cool.
Well, and I mean, you could still keep it that, like, she is the rescuer of Amathera later on, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that relationship can still stay. It would just be with a woman instead of a
Yeah.
man. Huh! Can we skip the hat, though?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
skip
really.
the hat.
Let's not put a weird conical hat on Frankie Adams. She's just too beautiful for that.
She's too pretty.
Take that off her now.
The next one, we have Kara G, who plays
CAMINA
the
drummer.
amazing, the wonderful, the lovely, the badass CAMINA drama. Boss Meg, CAMINA drama.
What kills me about her is her on the show versus her in an interview.
That's why it was so hard. That was why it was so hard for me to choose, because I'm like, am I going off of her personality in real life, which is like super bubbly, and she's very animated when she talks. And then if you see her as CAMINA drummer, she is just like
That dark eyeliner that she always has, like her hair always like really tightly pulled back. Yeah, like
yeah, in the braids.
Yep. And she's almost always standing in a near military pose. Even when
Always
she's
like
No one has more right to this. None more prepared. In your ladder, go through the ring, call it their own. But a belter opened it. We are the belt. We are strong. We are sharp. And we don't feel fear.
but it's just so different from like her in an interview, and I love that. Okay, so what did you end up doing? Who did you choose?
Mogideon. My reasoning behind it is Mogideon is probably one of the Forsaken that we see the most and that we spend the most time with as a reader. She's just so crafty, and I feel like she's probably the most intelligent of all of the Forsaken. And I just love the energy and the like resistance and the fighting between Mogideon and Nynaeve. And Zoe Robbins is awesome. So I feel like they could have some very cool
I can see them in the Panarch's
one-on-one.
palace.
Yeah, in the Panarch's palace, when she's talking about the Age of Legends, how like everything where I'm from, like my timeline is super advanced, scientific, like you are nothing but a bug to be squished.
Yeah.
And I can totally see Kara G pulling that off.
Yes. I picked Bear Lane.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. When she's not in the Expanse,
Yeah.
like, she looks a lot different.
She really does. And like when her hair is down and it's all soft and she's got kind of like that smoky, sexy look, but still very like natural in the way that her makeup is done. Bear Lane is probably smarter than most readers give her credit for. There has to be a reason why the wise ones think she's the shit. She's worked endlessly as a monarch to keep her particular country safe from
That is so CAMINA drummer in the OPA.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes.
she's a
I'm seeing it
leader,
now.
she's a fighter, she's beautiful. Like she's all the things that Bear Lane's supposed to be. And I would love to see her in a role that is softer but still holds that steel underneath it. And that I feel like she could pull that off for Bear Lane really well.
Are you ready for our next one?
You mean my favorite? My favorite?
We have Wes Chatham, who KLAES, AMOS, BURTON.
He's too pretty. Like, he's not like pretty like you think of like pretty, but oh my God, he's just so pretty. Okay, sorry. That's done.
Santi thinks that he would make a very good Rodel Ituralde.
I agree. That's one of the people on my list for him as well. Yeah.
Okay.
My main choice for him, though, is Talmanes.
Me too.
I mean,
I don't know. Do you think Wes Chatham would shave his forehead? Like,
I think that he would, but I really hope they don't make him. Like, that's another Kyrian
Like the
style
weird
where I'm like,
goatee
please don't do that to
shaved.
them. No. And I like the fact that he's a noble but doesn't really act like it, and he's got that really dry wit, and like, oh my God, towards the end when he's fighting, I'm just like, it's so good. It's so good.
Camelin is under attack, and Camelin is falling, and there are shadow spawn, beasts, Trollocs, like all of these Murdral. So we're talking about like a total like infestation. Camelin is like done.
Yeah.
And Talmanes is making his last stand, and he gets stabbed with that Thakandar blade, I think twice. One cut means you're dead.
Yep.
Your life is over. But Talmanes keeps fighting.
Yep.
Blood everywhere. And him being like, oh, you thought I was dead? And then like letting himself like get stabbed even more, but just taking out as many Murdral as he can. Like, you can't kill me. I'm already dead.
I'm already dead. That's what he
Yeah.
says. And you're just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. And there are definitely some other moments, like when he's just at the head of the band.
Leading the band in the right hand.
Yeah. And then he has like that encounter with a queen, and he's like, you're smarter than they give you credit for. Like, he's observant, he's astute, and he's like...
And Wes, he's got that coy, funny sense of humor. I think that would really work.
Yeah.
Like in this role of a noble.
Right.
Who like doesn't care about his status, and he's just like down to whoop some ass.
Yes. Yeah. And be real dry about it. I just love it. I just love it. I think it would be so good.
Okay. Our last one is Nadine Nicole, who plays the wonderful Clarissa Mao, aka Peaches. This one was hard for me.
It was for me too.
I had two choices.
Okay. What are
And
they?
they're very different.
Ooh, okay.
First choice is Tamra Ospena.
Okay.
So like giving her
flashback,
cold open flashback. The Black Aja finding Tamra and questioning her. Who knows about the prophecy? And there's something about like Clarissa Mao where she has like regrets and stuff, and she can play like these very emotionally charged like scenes. I would just love. I would die to see that scene on the TV show, because it's Black Aja. Like that's the exclamation point on the series where it's like they're here.
Yeah. She kind of looks like the cartoon drawing, the comic drawing.
Yes.
Even like Who's your other choice for her?
Wildcard Savannah. I can see her done up. She's got the drip. I can see her with all of the jewels, all the gold, all the gemstones, the silks, all of it.
Nice.
And that's kind of like her backstory on The Expanse. She's from like one of the most wealthy families.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there
that's
are
true.
Scenes of her like dinner parties where she's wearing cocktail dresses.
Yeah.
She can do
like all
both.
done
She
up.
can do it all.
Nice. I chose her for Mogideon.
I thought that you were gonna choose that. I almost did too.
Yeah, like imprisoned, kind of like a shady character, especially towards the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that Mogideon ever has like a change of heart or anything, but of all the Forsaken, we spend the most amount of time with her, and She doesn't quite feel like the Forsaken she was at the beginning of the books. So I do think that like some sort of change has happened to her. And I mean, not that everybody has to become a good guy at the end or whatever, but like...
But she could give like a really cool like backstory. Because wasn't she an accountant, Mogideon?
I think so. Okay, yeah. There we go. Can you just see like Clarissa Mao like...
on a little typewriter.
Like her hair's all pulled back super straight.
Age of Legends
yeah.
typewriter. This sucks. I swear my soul to the Dark One.
Right? I'm done with
Breaks
this.
pencil. Out of all of the people that we've talked about for fan casting, I am most curious to see who people would choose for Shohreh. If they don't think she should play Cadsuane, who would you fan cast her as?
Yeah.
And Frankie Adams, Bobbie Draper.
Gosh, I just feel like she'd make such a cool Birgitta.
The actress that they've cast for Elaine, like, I can see it. I feel like that would be a good duo.
Isn't Frankie Adams like close to 6 feet tall? I feel like
wanna say so,
I feel like she's
yeah.
fairly tall. For some odd reason, I always just think of like Birgitta as being like this taller, more statuesque, almost hovering over people in a way.
Yeah. Okay. If you like this and you want us to do this again, we'll pull some more Expanse actors out and we can make a part 2.
Yeah.
But
that always
let
works
us know
for
what
me.
you think. Tell us your thoughts. If you have an idea of who should play who, drop that down in the comments.
Please and thank you.